Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to answer the question if Etsy stock is a buy. I'm going to be using my simplified 6-step framework for analysis, so let's get right into it. The first step in my framework looks at the customer value, and Etsy's revenue grew from 75 million in 2012 to 2.3 billion in 2021. This is evidence that customers are liking the service that Etsy is offering. They're liking the website, the platform, all of the things that go along with it. Of course, it's an online marketplace for custom-made slash handmade goods and handcrafted things like that. That's how it differentiates itself from other online marketplaces. It takes nearly 20% of the revenue from each transaction that happens on the platform. It's much higher than what eBay charges. In the most recent update, eBay was around 13%, between 12 and 13%. And Etsy is near 20%, so a much higher take rate than eBay. Etsy holds a net promoter score of 13, which if we look at the scale down here, a score of 13 means that it is good, not great, but just good. All right, so let's look at the next step in the framework. Looks at unit economics. Etsy runs an asset-light business model where it doesn't partake in any of the logistics or inventory ownership. That allows it to earn extraordinary margins. You could see here operating profit exploded from 1 million in 2013 to 466 million in 2021. I love the asset light business model, and Etsy has got one of the best, so excellent unit economics for Etsy. The next step in my framework looks at the total addressable market, and according to Etsy management, its total addressable market is 250 billion. Looking at competition, which is the next step in my framework, its direct competitor is eBay, which is also increasing the take rate on merchants. I mentioned earlier that eBay's take rate is much lower than Etsy's, but it's on the path higher. eBay has increased its take rate from a little under 9% all the way up to 12, approaching 13%. So it's raising its fees. And what that means is that merchants have little choice on where they can go, right? If they complain that, hey, Etsy is charging me too much, they try to go to eBay. eBay's also increasing their fees. And recently, Amazon has increased higher fees on merchants on the platform. So the competition to attract merchants to platforms, e-commerce platforms, has not been strong lately. The industry overall is increasing fees on merchants, which means it's not very competitive, which means more profit margins for these platforms, which is good news for investors. The next step in my framework looks at valuation, and I would say Etsy stock is fairly valued, trading at a price to earnings ratio of close to 36 and a price to free cash flow of 31. If you look back going to 2018, that's about near the lower end of the range of the valuation in these metrics, so I would say it's fairly valued here. The next step in my framework looks at risk, and the primary risk I note here is that consumers are spending less money online in the near term, as economic reopening has unleashed pent-up demand for away-from-home spending, like on restaurants and bars and travel and things like that. Consumers are spending more money there, and it's at the expense of online spending. Now that I've looked at each step in the framework, let me give Etsy a grade here. Customer value, I gave Etsy a B-. Unit economics, A+, right? Excellent asset-light business model. Total addressable market, I gave them a B+. Competition is a B, as well as risks and valuation, they also got a B in that regard. All right, so on the next slide, I'm going to answer the question if Etsy stock is a buy. But before I do that, I would like to recommend that you subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be providing updates to that recommendation, so you're not going to want to miss out on those. All right, so let me answer the question, is Etsy stock a buy? Yes, Etsy stock is a buy right now. The excellent unit economics combined with the fair valuation and good total market opportunity sways me to recommend Etsy stock as a buy. All right, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill set and risk levels. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 3 times. Go to fool.com/Parkev to get your 10 stock picks now.